There we go.
Hello, boys.
Hello, everybody. This is in the Mackem Cabbie's house. I don't know if you recognise these lot here, especially this fella.
We're all here today.
Just find them breaking into my house just the other about 2 hours ago. Gone through my knicker drawer and everything.
Aye. From the dodgy boat.
Aye. Well, it's great to see you, lads.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
We thought we'd give Cabbie a visit after our exertion
To Wembley.
to Wembley on Saturday, didn't we?
Yeah, we'll go and see Cabbie, tell him what we're doing. See if he's calmed down yet after the way he was getting
I've never.
He's enjoyed it.
I haven't. It hasn't sunk in. I've got loads of clips today. Like I say, I'm going to re-watch the match again. I'm going to put the soundbar on so it's full belt because I cannot have it on with a band because she's autistic and she doesn't like loud noises. So
Yeah.
I'm going to milk it.
That's the way, son.
I'm not even thinking about the Premier League yet. I'm not thinking about what we're going to do.
No, not tomorrow.
Not until the day before kick-off.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I'm the opposite.
What's he called? He's gone already.
Job.
Job's gone already. Gone.
Well,
So.
We've just heard talks of him going where was it? Eintracht Frankfurt.
Aye.
Strange club.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's just gone to talk, and he's already spoke to Dortmund and all of it.
Yeah.
So, like I said to you just before that, his mother and father are very, very much involved in their career.
Everything. Oh, big style.
So, I don't know, let's hope he speaks to all these clubs and realises Sunderland's his best place.
I mean, it must be strange as well for the likes of for Tommy Watson. I mean, I wonder how he's thinking now. Like he's, I'm actually got the Premier League, but I would have been at the Premier League anywhere with Sunderland.
Mm-hmm.
But because the fact Brighton are a more established club, he's
Yeah.
got more of a chance of a secure Premier League than our staying with Sunderland. Because let's face it, everybody's. And that's what happens with every team that goes up. You expect it to come straight back down again, aren't you?
Mm.
It's a funny one, the Tommy Watson thing, because obviously he's a Sunderland fan. He's been
Yeah.
at the club since he was 6.
Yeah.
So I've no doubt he would rather have played in the Premier League for Sunderland, but
It just didn't work like that.
from a career point of view, it was never guaranteed we'd go up.
No.
And like Cabbie's just said there, Brighton, they are a good team for young players, aren't they?
I do.
It is the perfect club. If he was going to move, it is the perfect club for him, I think.
I mean, the only way I think Sunderland's going to keep out of the players is if we're properly established in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not just saying our objective is to stay up. Our objective is to punch with the heavyweights in the Premier League. Even the top 10 to start to get there.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? And it's all about marketing, and they have to look at Sunderland as if to say this is a serious club in the Premier League, not a yo-yo club.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? And that's what's going to change things. How they.
I do think the club will have a plan. I mean, I
Oh,
feel like they've had a plan all the time, haven't
all
they?
the time. They'll have a plan. Didn't worry
And
about that.
I do think we're ahead of their plan.
Yes.
I think things have happened quicker than what they've planned
Definitely.
for. Let's say it.
Definitely.
But I do feel there's always been a plan, and I don't just think I think there'll be a plan A, plan B, plan C, depending on what happens, and
How the plan goes.
aye. So 3 seasons in the Championship, I think, is pretty good.
They've done marvellous.
And then up in the Premiership, and they'll be looking how to, again, like what Cabbie's just said there, to just get in that mid-table spot first season.
Oh God, that's massive.
It shows you how mad the Premier League is. I mean, how bad Tottenham and Man U have been.
Aye.
Right? They're still 27 points or so ahead of third off bottom team, and that's the gulf. That's how big the gulf is between the bottom 3. So for any team coming up from the Championship like Sunderland, Leeds, and Burnley, which is great to see, which team in the Premier League would you say would get relegated to replace? Because the three teams going up have got to massively step up from the 3 teams that went up last season.
Yeah.
It's a huge ask, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, because you didn't really, when you see it like that, you're not expecting Man United and Spurs to be dragged into the bottom 3 next season because they'll finish just outside the bottom 3. I don't know. I'd like to think one of the 3 that gangs up kind of has a good season, I hope it's us. Because Leeds are a funny club, aren't they? They can easily implode Leeds. I think Leeds are, you know, they spend a lot of money. They're a money club. They like to spend, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't think their structure and plan is as good as ours. And Burnley, I don't know. Burnley
could be out.
They've done well when they went up with Dyche as manager.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They're like quiet, aren't they? Like you don't know much about Burnley.
No.
Well, that's how they got promoted, didn't it? This season, it was like they weren't special. How many 1-0s they were scraping, but they just quietly got the job done. Not like the roller coaster journey that Sunderland and Leeds have had. Because even though Leeds have won the league, you know, they had that blip, didn't they? They were thinking the worst, and then they pulled it round again.
And I know there was a bit of a gap between us, then Sheffield United, and then another gap to them top two. But I think we know now the team had conceded that we were going to be fourth, and I don't think, you know, had they went hell for leather in them games, we would have ended up with more points than we actually did finish with. But the plan worked. It worked.
Beginning of the season, what has just finished. What were you lot thinking the goal should be, Davey? What were you thinking before last season started?
Well, I think that I always think the good side anyway, but I thought we finished nearer than top than bottom, like without a doubt. But I always thought we had some good players. Like that was the massive thing for me. We had some good players, like say Trey Hume and them, the good footballers, good footballers. And we got a lot of games, like, didn't we? You know, especially when the season started and we're like
went straight to the top.
Went to the top.
Didn't we go on a run? Didn't we unbeaten?
Five games or something?
We're more than that. We're not unbeaten in 13 or 14 or something like that before.
But we were great, like.
Well, we won the first 4 on the bounce, didn't we?
Yeah.
I
mean, the young lad done well, didn't he, off last season? Call him my end. He done well.
I would say he's our biggest improved player.
Yeah, do that because he played
not even from last season to this season.
From
my end.
From Hibs.
Aye, he was on loan at Hibs when he
Aye.
But I would even just say from 10 games in to now.
Yeah.
The composure he's got. I mean, he was a bit of a laughing stock a bit, wasn't he? Falling out of where, you know, his shots he'd be throwing goal, it'd be sky high.
We've got good footballers. We have got good footballers, like they play football.
It's mad you saying that about my end, like, because we were all laughing at him and thinking like, oh my God, we end us on off for God's sake, and we were. I mean, where's this turnaround come from? I mean, it's like
improvement for the manager. It's got to be that.
You know what I mean?
He's been a massive improvement, the manager.
Because we was, you know, when he was like, how many one-on-one chances or open goals he was missing with his head and this and that and the other. He's gone from that, and we were saying, probably pressure's getting into him the moment. Yeah. You'd not get a bigger moment than that at Wembley.
Yeah.
How he had to compose himself, that touch he took with his left foot.
It was brilliant. Opened it up and lashed it straight in.
I mean,
it's confidence, isn't it?
He's come leaps and bounds, hasn't he?
Aye.
And I think getting a game gives you confidence.
Yeah.
The fans have turned on his side. I was watching him when he does his thing at the end of the game. You know, and he's doing his thing and he's got the crowd down in and all like that. When a player kind of comes up with these unique little things about themselves that kind of endears them to the fans, that then also gives them confidence that, you know, that he feels he's got the fans on his behind him.
Yeah.
But I would say he's our most improved player throughout this season. My ender.
I kind of feel sorry for Isidore a little bit. He's
had a bad run. He's had a bad run, like.
You know, he did get that vital goal at Coventry, obviously, like. But he's another player that I like, and the fans like, and he gets involved with the crowd as well. And it's like, I guess he sort of feels he's sort of being put on the back burner a little bit because he's not banging the goals in.
But I mean, that comes down to his own personal performances as well.
Yeah.
You know, he's because something he was doing, which he's stopped doing as much now, he would run and run and run, and he would be all over that front line chasing down the ball.
Yeah.
And I think the last couple of months he's chasing the ball down, but not really chasing the ball down. He's getting to the player and not really putting that effort in as he saw.
It's like he had a point to prove.
He's definitely changed. He's got his contract.
To get his contract sorted. But still, that shouldn't make a difference.
No.
You should still chase every ball at the last if you wanted to wear the shirt there.
Well, had he been doing that, he would have started on Saturday. He would have started ahead of my ender on Saturday. But I think my end is a bigger threat than what he's been lately.
He is quick pace.
When he gets the ball, you think it's gone from one extreme to the other. When he used to get the ball and run, sometimes he would just run and run and run, and sometimes he'd just run out of the pitch. He'd just run off the pitch with the ball.
The coach has been
but now, when he gets the ball, everyone's like, because they think he's going to tack everyone on and bang and lash it in. So it's a total turnaround from my ender and Isidore the other way.
Yeah. Yeah, they played well. The players definitely.
We're going on about the playoffs, and Kev often goes on about the slogan till the end. I mean, you can't get any more precise than that with these playoffs. I mean, what minute did we score at Coventry? It was in the 80th, wasn't it? When was it Meander? When we was gifted that goal, but he still had to do a lot of work. Was that in the 85th, 86th minute or something?
Yeah, man, I can't remember.
It was late. It was in the 80s.
Down the first leg.
Down at
Aye, so the goal we went 2-1. Aye, it was definitely in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Ballard, last minute of extra time.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, last minute of the match, basically.
It tells
it's a good time to score.
It tells you what like a masterclass Regis Labrie is. I mean,
tremendous.
It seems to me like the pattern of his play. He's like, how can I say it? Like giving the other team a false sense of security, to say the least. It's like play very defensive for the majority of the game, but we're defending really well.
Yeah.
You know, they're not getting scoring many goals against us, right? The other team starts to wear down, and when it comes to say the magic 15-minute mark, right? You've noticed this, I've noticed it. He brings the subs on and he changes formation, and the tables are turned. The tables are turned, and it's like, yes, it wasn't for so much against Coventry, the Stadium of Light. It was only the second period of extra time he did that. But Coventry was spent. They were spent.
I mean, he's happy to absorb the pressure. Like I said to you earlier on today, I think he's got complete faith in the defence. And if you can be a manager who can have total faith in your defence, it gives you a much bigger array of tactics you can try and use in the game. Because you tend to not to worry too much about kind of conceding 2 and 3 goals. You might concede one, but I think he feels he's got the players to be able to overcome a 1-0 deficit, like what he did in the final. I don't think we've been beat by more than 1 goal all season.
I don't
think we've never trounced anyone either. There's always been a goal, 2 goals, kind of in the game.
But he's got this ability to like stun the opposition on the big games. For Sheffield United, the look spent, like I said before, it's like a predator injecting its prey with its venom, and it's like it'll go away, but it'll come back when it's weaker and finish the job off. It's like that's like what he's doing, because from being in such a, when I say such a strong position, because there weren't Sheffield United really, were there? As long as it's 1-0, how can happen?
Oh, of course it can. Christ.
How can happen? But as we started to get on top, the Sheffield United started doing what we started doing, started misplacing passes, giving the ball away cheap like we were, because at the start of the Wembley game, we were shoddy.
We were. I think Cirkin had a really dodgy game.
We weren't aggressive.
Cirkin was our weak link. But there was a lot of passes going astray and poor clearances, and Dan Ballard again, unbelievable. And I think when you kind of look at how the game panned out, it was guttering seeing 09 getting injured in that last in the minute. However, I do think that Mackem and Ballard was the better partnership for that game.
I do agree, aye.
You know, they've got that big Kaifamura up front, but they've also got other big players in their team and all.
Yeah.
And had 09 been on, then you've got Ballard, who's definitely the one marking Moore. However, because Meckem's on, you've got two big lads at the back who are good in the air.
Yeah.
Either of them can take Moore, which kind of makes them play a little bit more flexible.
Yeah, you're right.
I think they switched over, didn't they?
Worked
the switch through the game.
Did.
I really hope we sign Mackem. Is he a free agent now?
Yeah, he will be. He should.
I think he'll sign.
Yeah.
I do think he'll sign.
Yeah.
But even when we were 2-1 up, it's like we still looked comfortable because there was like there was about 4 minutes left, which felt like 40 minutes. It really did. But we kept possession, and I don't know if you've seen it, but I think it was like a minute and a half to go. Lefebvre had the ball, and he played a clever tactic to get himself fouled. He played for that foul, and he fist pumped the crowd, didn't he?
Yeah.
As if to say, "Come on," as if he'd scored.
Great passion.
Do you know what I mean? And that's what Sunderland were doing well. It was like, and even at the last kick of the game, just about Sheffield United, they were on the attack and they totally made a terrible pass. And it just went through everybody straight out for the throw-in, and that's when the ref blew when he threw that. That
was. I mean, God, the video that I did of the day, the last 5 minutes, I'm screaming, and all the screaming is the Roberts tackle, you know, because it's like every time something like that happens, you're like, they haven't got the ball. So long as they haven't got the ball, they cannot score.
They were cheering everything. You know,
and then Lefebvre kind of went down the line a bit, didn't he? And you think he's going to keep it in the corner, but he didn't. He volleyed it across the box.
He did.
Still gone for it, but at the same time he hit it hard enough that it would gone out and all. It wouldn't fault one of their players. It was either somebody will get on the end of it or it's a throw in at the other side.
I think that's a better option than maybe he's gone into the corner, because to me going into the corner is too negative. It's like your best form of defence is offence, as Americans say. Attack and get at them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I had two strikers on at the time, so why not?
And Paddy Roberts, it's like shows how fickle us fans are. I mean, Coventry and that, a lot of them were saying, Paddy Roberts doesn't start this side, but whether you like it or not, he made the difference.
Yeah, it makes a difference when he's a good player, man.
He is.
He's got that something.
He's got a battling mentality. His end products often lets his game down.
Yeah. But his awareness of picking players out. I mean, look at that pass he put on for Meander. Do you know what I mean? And he was switched on. Paddy Roberts.
Fine, man. We were fine.
That was just unreal, wasn't it?
It was.
I've seen him. The footage from the Sheffield United end, man, because all the recordings and stuff, and it's like it's mental. It is mental. I don't know what it is. I prefer looking at it from the Sheffield United end because you see all the Sunderland fans, and there's like a delay. It's like when that ball hits the back of the net, there's like a delay, and then shockwave of noise just hits you.
It's like
it's like what
a delay, like an atomic bomb in it.
Aye, it's like you see the explosion, but you don't hear the sound straight away, and then like there's this and freaking hell.
The fans were brilliant. The flag show again was brilliant. The effort put into that has to have an effect on the players.
Were you surprised how little Sheffield United made an effort for the displays and
we thought it was shocking, didn't we?
They had a lot of empty seats in their end.
There was
nothing from them. No atmosphere.
It's totally different.
That's got to be down to the club though, because the club organises the displays, doesn't it? Or some of the.
There's like a group of.
Wembley doesn't do it, do they? Wembley doesn't organise it.
No,
we'll do this for you.
Wembley.
No, it's up to the club to do it.
Yeah.
But why do you
what a stadium Wembley is, isn't it?
Oh.
Like when we went in when there was
Amazing,
nobody
man.
there.
Amazing.
You know, it's very rare you get to see inside of a stadium like Wembley with no
When it's
crowd
shut.
in. When it's shut,
It's a
effectively.
proper Rose Bowl, isn't it?
Aye, it's a brilliant stadium. And,
I
and
went-
a brilliant for now if you've got a
You
noisy
can't-
crowd.
You can't not see.
Anywhere you sit, you can see perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I was at the Carlisle game against Brentford in the Johnson Paint Trophy final. That's how long ago it was. Brentford were in Carlisle's league.
Yeah.
And I was right pitch level with the corner flag.
Yeah.
And I felt dizzy when I looked up at the stands around us. I thought, my God, I wouldn't like to sit at the top tier.
Aye.
But there's certain angles in that ground where you get the proper panoramic view.
Aye.
And it's a lovely stadium. They need to replace the pink seats in the middle section, mind. I've noticed that.
Aye.
It looks, as you can see there on the telly there, look, it's pink in the middle bit, but it's
because we were in the top bit when we played Wickham. We were up in the gods, weren't we?
That's right. Aye, right
up in the gods.
Are you really that high when you get up there? Then?
Oh,
high?
Aye. I remember.
It's a good, great view though.
Oh, it's still a great view, isn't it?
Great view.
Unlike, I always remember when I was a kid, I was maybe 12, and my uncle Barry took us to Tottenham's old ground, and we were up in the gods there.
I remember that.
And I always remember when I was walking back down the stairs after the match, they always felt steep. And like you've got that little feeling that you're gonna go at any minute. You're gonna go. You've got that butterfly feeling in your stomach. You don't get that at Wembley.
No.
Is it because it's a nice sort of?
Aye, where that's always stuck in my mind all the time growing up was when I remember going to the Spurs match away, and I had that feeling of that fear that I was gonna fall because it felt steep, like a vertigo feeling in it. But like you don't get that at Wembley.
If you do look at Wembley, it is sort of a real gradual. It looks lovely.
It does.
It looks like it's all one stand that goes up. How it looks.
Aye, because it kind of goes up and round, doesn't it?
Aye. Because
like the arch.
They've got elevators, haven't they?
Aye, they've got.
At the top.
Aye, that was an experience before they got on one of them at the minute when we got in. But we used them once. That was the lift.
Do you know what amazes me was the VIP limo that you got
Aye.
from the car park to Wembley Stadium.
The golf buggy.
Sitting at the back, all you needed was a couple of 5 irons down your shoulder. You would have been.
Aye, it was great. That was waiting for us, wasn't it, outside the car park?
Yeah.
I know. And did you notice how many famous faces were around you?
Yes. See, loads of people you forget, Dave.
Mickey Horsfield was behind you.
Mickey
Did you know
Horsfield, Dodds was right behind us.
you.
Aye.
Was Henderson near you then?
Yeah,
so
right
Henderson
next.
was in the. So behind us was the boxes basically. So you had about 10 rows of seats, and then you had the boxes. In Henderson's box, you had a double box, and he was in with Job's mum, and there was loads of people in this double box.
Did you speak to Hendo, or did you just shout for a selfie? Or?
No, I went out and spoke to him, not in depth or like that, but I know he knows one of my mates, Gav Lilly, so I went out, I was like, oh, you know one of my mates, Gav Lilly, just a reason to say hello really and get your photograph took.
Yeah.
So that's basically what I did.
Mowbray was there.
Tony Mowbray was also sitting behind us.
Yeah.
We had in front of us, which you'll not have seen on the camera, we had I'm forgetting his name.
I've seen a few Talk Sport presenters. Former ex-presenter was Mike Parry. Don't know if you've heard of him.
Nah.
Mike Parry, right?
Richie Pitt was behind us.
Yeah.
Was he?
Bobby Kerr.
Bobby Kerr was in front of us.
Yeah.
Aye. I was surrounded by ex-Sunderland legends, I guess.
So when I first contacted Nick Barnes to see if I could get the bar rolling to get you these tickets, I never visualised the fact that they would get you sort of VIP ones.
Aye.
As well.
And everything was lovely about the room that we were in.
Yeah. Who was involved in all that, like?
A chain of everybody.
Was it?
All of us, really, everyone.
Because he's done well. Most like as he's done what he's done. He's what he said he was going to do, and he's done it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Excellent what he's done. I'll not forget him.
Nick Barnes, I mean,
Barnesy.
He knows he has the keys to open the doors.
He does. He knows everybody, doesn't he?
Absolutely. And we were determined. And when Cliff gave us the news, I thought, oh, that's It's made me dare that that was class. Like,
So Barnsley got in touch with
is it Chris Waters?
Chris Waters at the club,
Chris.
and then it was Chris who then rang me to confirm that we're getting some tickets.
Did you get your tickets with like emailed to you or were they?
We just emailed
Everything.
I just used them on my phone. Had a little bit of a panic on when I got there because everywhere I looked, people had printed the tickets out, and I was like, shit.
And they've even brought me a bit of memorabilia. Look at that, the programme itself.
Aye,
Very nice, son.
it's a little gift for Cabbie as a thank you.
Good gift for Cabbie.
What was the food looked tasty and all? Was
The
it
food was
quality
beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful.
sorry.
You go just eat, which we did. Yes, it was excellent.
It was good. It was a good little setup in that room. So
Yeah.
I would say there was about
1,400, is it?
nah, I would say there was about 200. Nah, maybe that's an exaggeration.
I think it's more than that.
Maybe it was 100 tables.
It looked a big spot, mind.
I would say 100 tables of 10 in that room.
All right.
And then they had like old-fashioned stalls
Aye.
around the room with like starters, main meals and desserts.
Yeah.
And the starters was all cooked meats and seafood and quiches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then your main meal was either a lamb roast dinner or chicken curry.
Puddings.
And then you had
As many
puddings,
puddings as you want.
cheesecake, Eton mess and
Everything
treacle
you
pudding.
wanted, yeah.
Right, when I was a starter, and we had 2 roast dinners each, didn't we?
Yeah.
Gee, fat sods.
Yeah.
eh?
And then we had a dessert.
Do you know what? I had a pot noodle.
Oh, it was lovely.
I was anxious I couldn't eat it.
Oh, it was brilliant, wasn't it? And you got there and there was
Aye.
a bottle of red wine, white wine on your
Excellent.
table,
Oh, I hope Kevin had some
big
wine.
bucket of bud,
Yeah.
but you could just put your hand up and a waitress or waiter would come over and you'd have anything you wanted to drink, champagne
Spot on.
and spirits and pints.
Yeah.
And
And did you know Nick Barnes was coming over to
Yeah.
to interview? Did you?
Kevin mentioned about him coming. He come over about 10 to 3.
no,
Because he uses his
temperature-
phone, doesn't he? It's his
temperature, aye,
microphone.
just
doesn't
uses
he?
his phone.
And he came out. We should try and find out.
But I knew he was going to come sometime between 1:30 and 10 to 2.
And he was there on the dot.
He did come out. He would come about 1:45.
Yeah.
I tell you who else we met as well there was, can you remember the guy who rang and wanted my dad's number? He rang
He rang the studio.
he rang the studios
Yeah,
because
yeah,
he's got
yeah.
a box at the Stadium of Light.
That's right.
Ian.
Ian.
Aye, and as we
Yeah.
were waiting to get in the ground, waiting for the ground to open, he'd rang my mum to see if he was down here because he must have heard it on the radio.
Mhm.
And then he met us in there. He was also in that suite place. He'd also got the tickets for
Yeah.
that, so he came over and seen us, which was nice as well. And then he kind of brung Nick Barnes to the table,
That's right,
didn't he?
did, aye.
So that was good. He's going to try and get you to some games
He
next
is
season. and
definitely,
all,
aye, I said definitely.
Oh, it hasn't even started yet, man.
Really.
Just wait until you're washing the players' socks and that, man. So, were you near the trophy parade when they lifted it in the trophy?
Aye.
Were you near that?
Alright, so we were
Seen
maybe
everything.
Class, like.
we were not far level, so we weren't far level. So if you got the trophy parade here, the players are gone up and down. We were maybe just here. You could see the tops of the heads and the kind of shoulders, and you could see the trophy gone up. But you tend to watch it on the screen, and anyways, didn't you? Because it's a total clear view.
Yeah.
But now we weren't very far from that at all.
So, how did you feel? Obviously, 1-1, and then they were like into because there was stoppages, weren't there? Because there was a collision of heads,
Yeah.
and that would like put 4 minutes on.
Aye.
And then, did you have a funny feeling that we're gonna get a second goalie? Was it in your
Honestly, I
bones?
really did.
You did.
I really, really did.
100%. I could never see scoring, not scoring.
No.
I couldn't. It was not going to win 2-0 now. It
Could you
wasn't going to
see?
be
Could you
2-0.
have seen
didn't
it being
feel
Tommy
like-
Watson, mine?
No, I didn't think it'd be Tommy Watson.
No.
But I didn't feel like it was going to go to extra time.
Mm.
I felt something was going to happen.
I think-
But I
I
couldn't
thought-
see them scoring.
As soon as we
again.
scored, I thought we had them. Like we had
Aye.
them. We had them.
I couldn't see them scoring again. They they kind of just acted like they were beat when we equalised.
Yeah.
And I think their heads went a little bit with that VAR decision.
That,
You know,
that
I think their heads went a bit there, and it was as if they knew in the second half we were going to come out as a different team. And I think it was as if they knew they had the first half to beat us, and they had to go 2 or 3 up to beat us.
It was like when we played Portsmouth in the Czech Trade final. We played them off the park. First half, it was awesome, and they couldn't get out of our half, but it was only 1-0.
Yeah. Aye.
Second half, we couldn't get the ball.
Aye.
And it's a similar sort of thing, even though we took penalties, mind, but
Aye.
it's a queer setup, like, you know, how the games out pan out, like.
I was in the box at Wembley for that match, that Portsmouth match, accidentally, total accident.
But we've gone from not being able to get a result from Wembley to winning 3 consecutive times now.
I know.
Because Lyndon Gooch starting it off at the Papa John's Trophy in the
John,
COVID days when there was nobody there.
Aye, no one could go.
And then Wickham and obviously Sheffield United. And it's always when Sunderland's had the West End of Wembley with the fans, they've been victorious. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Always.
Now, superstition or coincidence, it shouldn't really affect the result, does it? But it's funny how these things turn out, isn't it?
It does.
I remember us being at the Charlton game, can you remember that? Not the 4-4 one, but the other one. We were kind of at the...
we were terrible
we were the last row of the bottom tier, weren't we? And we're kind of underneath the seats above kind of thing.
It was dreadful.
We did not play well that game.
Oh.
Second half was
Tommy,
terrible.
what you call him on it?
Ross.
Header. Scored that goal in the last seconds.
Oh yeah, it was a header, and it was a bit of a scramble, and then somebody just booted it in from on the line.
What was I?
Like the 93rd minute or something.
Or who scored the goal?
Yeah, because he's never played since, because that was disastrous.
You mean for us?
Yeah.
Was that the centre half?
Yeah.
I just watched it the other day now.
Kev.
Because he kind of slipped, didn't he?
Yeah.
He slipped on his knee.
I have to think about it.
I can't remember.
I had that funny feeling about Charlton, or I just thought, oh no, of all the teams to play in the playoff final, Charlton, and we didn't even score because, I mean, it was their free goal that gave us the lead, wasn't it? When he passed it back and the keeper went straight past the keeper and in the net.
That was...
I know what you mean now.
What you call him on it?
Oh, that's going to do my head in now.
Who do you think now, our defender?
Aye.
Their second goal slipped.
Oh, yeah,
centre half, tall, dark hair.
Played for Donkeys for them. Peter.
For us?
Not the same name as the keeper.
Oh, yeah.
McLaughlin.
Aye. Who was it, man?
I'm going to have a look.
You'll have to look, Kev.
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue and all. See, it's our memories, man. We're getting old. That's what's trouble with it.
We are.
Was it a player that used to often get a lot of stick off the fans?
All the time, aye. Exactly it. It's the same bloke. You think?
I think he come through the academy and all, didn't he?
You know, man. Wait.
I think it was the same player that one of the fans was giving him a stick when he was coming to the ground saying he want to concentrate on playing rather than doing your hair up in the shower.
Steam your head in.
It is something like McLaughlin or something, or
yeah.
It is. I know where you're coming from.
Oh, well, you've got it. Kev.
Where's the team sheet?
Hey, how about not looking for it though, and it'll be sort of like it keeps you brain ticking over, man. Find out who it was.
Oh,
Kevin's just steam your head in.
See.
Oh, we're quick.
If you
Starting lineups.
If you don't think about it, it'll come to you. That's the trouble.
Yeah.
McFadzean, was it?
Next of him. It's the next one.
Oh no, he was one of them players.
Flanagan.
Flanagan.
Tom Flanagan.
Tom Flanagan.
Tom Flanagan.
Flirty Flanagan.
Tom Flanagan.
Mucked it up. Didn't he?
Who scored for Sunderland?
That day.
The Charlton final.
Well,
It was an own goal.
Yeah.
No.
The last Charlton playoff final.
Charlton's goal was an own goal.
Aye, they scored in their own net to make us 1-0 up, and then we lost 2-1, didn't we?
Hold on. We've got the player rate.
Max
But
Power.
I'm looking at the wrong match.
Fucking hell.
Max Power.
I'm looking at the league match, Charlton home. That's why I'm looking there going, I can't remember him scoring 9 in the second minute. They definitely scored early on, didn't they?
But 3 consecutive wins at Wembley, it's like and look at Sheffield United's hoodoo at Wembley. Is it 10 times now they've played and they've not got through? Just shows you how it works, so.
It does.
But I was like I said, I was amazed there was no Sheffield United fans around Trafalgar Square.
Nobody
or
about
like that.
No, there never is. It's like that year after year after year, Kev.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fans from around the pitch from other teams. Nobody.
No.
Any game.
No.
It's just
You
always
never
us.
see another fan.
Never
No.
ever. All day, all night. You go straight to the match and come home.
Asking if you can go on the radio. Just read the message there.
When?
Tonight, not in. Wants you to go on and talk about Wembley.
Who?
But seeing if you're not up for it, I will.
Who is it?
Nick Barnes asking.
When's it going on tonight?
Pridey would love to get Davey on tonight to talk about Wembley, but if
Yes.
he can't, could you, Kev?
Yeah, we'll do it between us. We'll do it between us, no problem.
Absolutely.
Right, we'll get that sorted, Kev. I have to have something to fucking bite at something to eat now.
You're hungry.
A drink, I need. Just need some drink.
Water.
Something like that.
Want
Right.
some water?
We'll have a piece of meat. A piece of meat.
Meat.
You know what I mean? We'll have a bite to eat somewhere.
You want some orange juice, Davey?
A little bit, son. As Oregon played for us, didn't he? Oh, look at that. I see what Barnsley says about that. It's good inviting them. That's been 4 o'clock, that though.
6, isn't it?
Yeah, 4 and 5 and 6, aye. So,
Want some ice with it?
lovely, that's a lovely bit. That's lovely, son.
You know, when I was listening to the Total Sport, and it's the best bit of radio I've ever heard, and it shows you the celebrations afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's the first time, you know, the wise men say, they usually just play the chorus, don't they? And then
Yeah.
the next song.
That's right.
They let the whole song play. And when the chorus finished, it's quite funny.
It's tremendous, wasn't it?
Oh, class. Barnsley was trying to speak, thinking, like, that's it, they're going to put it
Yeah.
on now. But they just let the whole.
I kept the cannon.
Yeah.
And it was like 15 minutes
Aye.
on Total Speed. You've got to listen to it. It was just noise.
I thought we were going to play that.
I will do
at
that
the
tonight
end.
about that, Kev. That'll be good for you, Pleasant Orient.
What?
Today, this morning, at 12 o'clock tonight.
6 o'clock.
Yeah,
6
6
o'clock,
o'clock.
nice.
The Legends.
They'll be on then, between then and half past.
Ah, that'll be good.
It's a good, them ask you. Aye.
Well, I'll just message them back. So. I but the played Wise Men Say when
I know, it's queer.
it wasn't full of our fans, like the stadium wasn't full
Was
of
this
our
at the
fans
beginning of the game?
before the match.
Before the match?
They played at about 2:45.
We've done that before, mate.
But I also thought they were going to play it now when we won. They would usually play it then, but they didn't. They played ready to go.
Straight away.
Aye, and when I thought that was going to be Wise Men Say, and they didn't play it at all after the match, at all, did they?
Queer.
They didn't play it.
Wise Men Say.
Aye.
Oh, they did?
After the match.
Aye. On the Total Sport, I don't know what precise minute was, but it's all you can hear. This is the post-match
Yeah,
show.
I
All you
remember
can
now.
hear.
Aye, before the match they did.
Not afterwards.
They did. They
Afterwards.
did twice,
I can't
didn't they?
remember the play.
Because Benno starts to sing, and he's like,
Aye.
Benno's like a strangled cat.
Aye.
And for the total, I'll let you listen to it later on.
Aye.
All you can hear is just a sea of noise. Wise Man Say. I've never heard anything like that.
Aye.
Yeah.
You know, forget Anfield. You never walk alone. And listen, Blue Moon from Man City. I've never heard noise like that
Aye,
at a
that's
football.
it's
At a
an
football match.
amazing song.
And it went on for about the full length. And the Sunderland
that might-
fans just
aye.
didn't shut up.
That might have been when we were on the phone to me more than. It was just crying and crying and crying. I've never cried so much in a football match. Everyone around us must have been looking at us saying, what's the matter with him? What's the matter with him?
It's fucking tremendous.
It felt a bit surreal, did it?
No, it's tremendous.
Aye. Magical.
Tremendous.
And then the hard work Start and you
I'll start and then we'll get up and gan for it.
240 odd million quid, but like I say, it's not gone to the club. That's to spend.
Aye.
So
we're alright for money for once. For once, we're going up kind of in a good, healthy position in all aspects of the club. It's been a long time. Like, we've never had worries behind the scenes or unrest or money troubles, or it's been a long time since that.
Tremendous.
Cases like as how many players in our squad are we thinking like you're not going to cut it in the Premier League, and
that's the harsh reality.
You never
of the
know.
playoff.
You still never know, though. You never know.
The harsh reality of promotion, isn't it? You've got all these players that get you there, and ultimately, maybe half of the team's going to be told, "Thanks, but you're not good enough now. See you later. You're getting replaced."
I mean, even people who go in, he's not. A lot of fans are saying, you know, he's not Premier League material. Same with Roberts. It's like this, if you want to survive in the Premier League, you've got to be harsh.
Yeah. I think they'll become squad players.
Yeah.
I think. And now Roberts says he doesn't want to go, but would he want to play 15 games only next season? Because that's about what he'll play, I think.
Yeah.
Because we're very weak on the right, and anyways, we don't really have any backup on the right. I mean, proved it yesterday. Not yesterday, on Saturday. Rig playing there. He's not a right-sided midfielder or a winger out like that. So it goes to show we've got nobody else other than Roberts.
Muldoon to come.
A lot of fans saying Rig was poor. What do you think?
I think it got
still good though.
Oh, he's a really good player. But he was playing out of position. That's the thing.
Isidore, you think he's some say there's something about him where he's just, they don't think he's quite Premier League material. He's just.
I don't know. Is he a striker? You know, I know he was banging the goals in, but previously he's predominantly played on the left. Yet he's never played there for us.
No.
Even when we had all the left-sided players injured, Watson and Mundell, and it was Lafay that went in there. They never once. I can't remember them ever even put them there at all. But when he come here, he was the left-sided midfielder, wasn't he?
Who would you say is player of the season for us?
I would say overall, I would say
Ballard.
Trey Hume overall, I think. Over the whole.
He never misses a game.
Never misses a game. Plays every game. You could never fault them.
I would agree with that, Hume. I think
overall,
Ballard's been injured a lot, and he was
injured
a lot at the start.
Loads of games.
He has missed a lot of games.
But a lot of Sunderland fans don't. They seem to just home in on the big occasion of what happened.
He's the talk of the town at the minute.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, like,
over the course of a
season,
season,
solid, hasn't
he? And he has for seasons now. You know, he plays the most games out of anyone in the squad over the course of a season.
How much credit would you say Regis Labrie needs to have? And he's second in charge, because a lot of people have said as well, since Dodgy's left, this foreign guy that's come in, we've not been this year.
He's been tremendous. He's been tremendous.
We've got to give him some credit, haven't we?
Oh, fucking hell, what? Tremendous.
Who's this manager that will come? Who will get Regis Labrie? Never heard of him. Who's he? He got his club. He got his club relegated in the French league. Who's this fellow we're taking on? Who's this idiot? Some of the fans. These were some of the comments.
It must be amazing what he must be thinking. What he must be thinking.
But I'll say this because I know, because he was sitting right behind us. Dodds was as nervous as all of us.
I know he was.
And he celebrated like us when that final whistle went.
He looked ill leading up to the final whistle. Like, is he from Sunderland?
He was backwards and forwards like this. He was wobbling on his feet. He wanted the ref to blow, but when that ref blew and I turned around, he was like, "It's fucking it meant something to him." You know, and there was other fans around us kind of shouting over to him, "Dodgy, you should be down there. Dodgy, you should be down there. You should be celebrating with them. You've done a lot this season for them players."
And that was crazy.
And the players loved him.
Crazy how he left it gone.
I mean, when he took over the manager's role, it didn't go well for him, to be fair. But there's obviously something behind the scenes that he brought to the club that was working.
But that's all it needs. Loved him. That's all it needs.
Yeah, he was that link between the player and the manager. You know, like a confidant. kind of person.
Yeah.
Players trusted him, the management trusted him, and he kind of maybe gelled things
And we
together.
took all that water out the bottle that taste, didn't we?
Aye.
Kept, we should have kept it going.
Is he, where's he from, Dodds? He's not Sunderland.
No, he's from where he's from, man.
Is he from Newcastle?
No, that's where he's come from.
Birmingham.
Where the Bellinghams are. The Bellinghams will live.
Birmingham.
He's down there, is he?
No, he's from Birmingham.
Because he was at Birmingham,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
He came with Speakman.
He did.
I just liked Regis de Beaver, but he looked like a chauffeur driver, didn't he? With his
Yeah.
Sale of the Century suit on and that, man.
Good on him, man. Good on him.
And it's just going to be like this now right through the summer. The fans are going to be on a high. You know, when you win a league game, you feel great for a Saturday or Sunday the next week, and then it dies down, doesn't it?
Aye.
This is going to be right through the summer.
Aye.
But as a matter of fact, you know you're never going to forget it. But the feeling, that euphoric feeling, is going to be there now till the kick-off.
Aye, and I've been talking to some of my black and white mates this morning and yesterday, and they're dying to get a bite out of you for like, easy 6 points, all that shite. But I think I said to them, I says, look, I didn't care. Like right now, I didn't care.
No.
For one, just enjoy what we've done. But two, even next season, come and get 6 points off us. I didn't care.
I'm not bothered.
Like,
I'm not bothered. Look how
we'll
far
be
they are
alright.
ahead of us compared to what we are. I mean,
aye, like I said to them, though, I says, can you
like
imagine Sunderland? Can you picture Sunderland beating one of the teams who's finished in the top 4 in the Premier League this season? Can you see us getting a lucky win against one of them? I can see it. I says, well, there's no reason we can't against you and all. And it's right, like a derby game's a derby game. And I know that they did hammer us when they played us in that cup last year. They did hammer us, but we were a different setup then.
Michael Bale, wasn't it?
Aye, we had Bale in charge. We'd gone through a little bit topsy-turvy time and managers. There was a lot of unrest at the club. Everyone was against Speakman, and I just think things are different now. And they can gan up with knee pressure, and I don't even think, because I do feel we're a bit of ahead of the plan. I don't think this next season, I hope not anyways, that the fans will really turn like they might have in the past. Because I think even if you gone down, see if we gone up and we'll come straight back down, I still feel the fans will be confident that we're not going down again, and like we did the last time. I think we gone down, we'll do like a Burnley or a Lee, or we'll strike back up.
But there's no reason why we cannot compete if it's run properly. Look at the size of the club, look at the fan base, man, and see we've got the money behind us, plus that millions from getting promoted. Why can't we?
It's making good signings, keeping the right players and making some good signings is vital.
Yeah,
because you've got to be comfortable in that league. Ipswich went up, spent a lot of money. Didn't work. Just didn't work. They tried to sign 2 teams worth of players, and it doesn't work. When you look at the big clubs, the successful clubs, your Liverpools and once was Man United, your Man Cities, they buy 3 players a season. That's it. They'll buy, and then the following season they'll buy another 3, and they do it gradually. And I think that's what we'll do. I can't see us going out and signing 10, 12
You need
players.
to keep that circuit board together. You need to have that team spirit, and sometimes if you, as you say, overloading and getting a full squad, it creates a bit of a mishmash. Having a good team spirit and all players getting on together, it's like a 12th man on itself. If you've got everybody connecting together, it's an extra man.
It is, I suppose it is, way high.
And I think keeping people like 09, they'll be important for bringing people in. I think 09, when you were talking about play with the seasons before, 09's probably up there as well. He doesn't miss a game.
No.
And he has the more, when you look at the stats, he has the most touches in a game, the most passes in a game. Everything starts from 09 going forward.
Yeah.
It was class seeing him running up to help celebrate with these arm in his sleeves, like he couldn't make it up.
I was in some pain, like.
That's a recurring injury, isn't it? His shoulder.
He's done it.
He's had a few.
He's done it twice now, I think.
Well, I think we'll end the video now. We're going to get some.
Get some bait and get me fucking sorted out.
Get some scranning. We get liver and onion pizza for Davey and all that. But cheers, I'll be uploading this
boys,
later.
see you again.
See you tonight.
See you with Marky. What do you call him?
Mark what?
Another fella coming out later on.
Richie.
Any?
Total Sport.
Total Sport.
Call him out on that side.
Simon Pridey and all the crew later on. Hopefully.
See you later.
See you later. Toodaloo.
Bye.